Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to this sort of dip into Jurassic Park Operation Genesis for the month or so of Dino. Now this is a game I am familiar with, I have played a fair bit of, so it's not a first impressions or anything like that, but of course Jurassic World Evolution is coming out in a few days, so I wanted to dip into its predecessor before it does, and kind of get a summarized look at it before we get into the new version. Now, this is going to be kind of a quick thing, so we are going to be using the money cheat just to speed things along. But let's get right in here.
Hello, my name is John Hammond, and I am in charge of InGen, the company that you now work for. Your job is quite simple, really. Build a park, create dinosaurs, and entertain people. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on you as well. We'll watch your park rating and give you feedback on your performance. But in the end, the success or failure of Jurassic Park, it's all up to you.
So Hammond pretty much explained it there. Also, I'm pretty sure that's not Attenborough, that's Imposter Attenborough. But he does appear in, obviously, some of the Jurassic Park games. You know, they got his actual voice acting for, like, Trespasser. Anyhow, this game has some limitations that are quite obvious because it was developed first and foremost as a console game for the PS2 and the Xbox. So obviously, it's got some limitations that are pretty pronounced even here. Also, if we want the maximum amount of building space, we need to have a square island. You can't have a nice looking island because it means losing some of your building space. We're gonna have this big flat cube in the ocean that is like sea level and somehow not underwater. Alright, so here we are, and this is as far as we can zoom out. This game does not do big zooms, presumably because the console couldn't handle that. However, you can zoom in quite close and get a good look at your dinosaurs, so that's nice. That's kind of the real focus here, is you want to see more dinosaurs.
Hi.
So you can also pull up this map, which lets you jump around, quickly. But first things first.
Greetings.
First thing we'll need to do is hatch some dinosaurs, build an enclosure and a hatchery, and breed your first dinosaur. Alright, so you always get a random dig site, and this is how you get more dinosaurs. Each of these dig sites has a specific list of species that you can obtain fossils for, and then you can extract DNA from those fossils. Because unlike Jurassic Park, you don't just get DNA from amber in this game, you get it from bones as well. So we started with Hell Creek Formation B, which... Well, since we're going to be using the money cheats... Oh, right, we can't buy teams until we actually open the park. I was going to say we'll just buy all the available teams, set them there, and what do we actually have? So we're going to get Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, and Pachycephalosaurus from Site B. However, because I am using a couple mods, which I don't even remember the name of because I've installed them years ago, we are going to have more species than that available, though a lot of the modded species that were added are actually just modified existing species in the game. There's not a lot of custom modeled dinosaurs, unfortunately. Alright, so let's find a good place for our park. I guess we'll just put the park entrance kind of right here in the middle of the plain so we can build around it. I'm not really a fan of this super bright kind of look that this building and texture pack has, but aside from the paths and the gate entrance, it actually doesn't look too bad. You can see there's the Jurassic Park gate there, just sitting in front of the visitor center. Alright, so now that we have this, we could open the park, but again, we don't have any attractions right now. So let's build our first dinosaur group. Alright, so some of this stuff, I don't know what it does because it was added by a mod that I don't think I've actually played with at all. The one that adds more buildings, like this aqua food enclosure. But all we have right now is low security fence for our fencing options, so... build a nice big enclosure, because we're probably going to put a couple different species in here. It's actually not that big. They always look a little small to me, no matter how big I seem to make them. And we'll put a hatchery. I'm not sure why, like, the Velociraptor pen is what they use as the hatchery. I guess they had to put it in here somehow.
Hello again.
Alright, so we also start with 2 random species. So it looks like we've got Edmontosaurus and Maiasaur. And you usually start with a 3rd dinosaur that's incomplete DNA. So if we go to our dinosaur, the dinosaur summary. Okay, so you can see we have Triceratops and Pachycephalosaurus, but neither of them have a complete genome. We need at least 50% of the DNA to be able to create them. Though, usually you want to wait until you have a little more than that, because at 50% they have a very short lifespan.
Great to see you again.
Like, if you look at our Edmontosaurus here, it only has a lifespan of 9 months right now because the DNA is incomplete.
No problem.
Well, let's make a couple of those fellas. And let's pop down some paleo trees, because these will make dinosaurs more comfortable, or at least herbivores, who will munch on them. However, that doesn't actually feed them, because of, I guess, their lysine dependency. So we will need to build a feeder as well, but these just make them less stressed out. And let's build a place for them to drink. I think I saw... Yeah, I was wondering what this is. So apparently if we put this in the water, it will make a swamp. Alright, so it just kind of adds some marshy features.
Latest attraction, Edmontosaurus. It is truly a delight to observe the natural grace of these gentle giants.
And we'll put a herbivore feeder down. I wish these herbivore feeders, or I guess the feeders in general, weren't so big, but kind of have to just deal with it as it is. Look at that grumpy boy.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright. Wu probably wants me to start some
Message
research.
from Dr. Grant.
Yeah, so let's go with the super extractor first, because that'll allow us to get DNA faster. I hope you like hearing these messages about getting messages, because we're going to hear a lot of that.
What should we do here?
Alright, so we got some amber. Amber will give you a big chunk of DNA for one of the species from the dig site, however, it's random which one you get, so you won't know until you extract it. So if you have most of the DNA maxed out for that dig site, it's usually better to sell it. But again, we don't have to worry about money because we're going to be using the money cheat. Funny part too is I actually can't see how much money I have because the FPS counter is covering it, so I won't know we're running out until I can't buy anything. Alright, so these guys are going to form a nice little herd. You can see at the top right, those are their needs. I'm not sure what that first one is. I think that's just a desire to nibble plants. Whereas for a carnivore, that one would be their desire to hunt. And then we have hunger, thirst, sleepiness, happiness, health. And if we pop this window, we can see what they're up to. They are socializing.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Okay. We have enough pachy-DNA to make a Pachycephalosaurus. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to expand this just a little bit. Oops. Not what I meant to do. It is a little fiddly. Like, you can only make that many fences at once. You can't make less than that. So you can't make very specific things. I'm glad to see Jurassic World Evolution has some much more specific fence controls. You can actually make, like, curved fences and shit. You make much nicer looking enclosures, it seems. Alright, so let's start, actually... car dispenser. Aquadome. Aviary. A jail to flying reptiles. visitors come in to seeing that's amazing creatures. Yeah, you can tell that stuff's modded by how nonsense the description is. Well, let's put a viewing vent down here. So now people can peer in on these dinosaurs. And we build a restaurant over here. Some trash cans down. We are going to need a ranger station as well, so let's just pop one of those back
Message
here.
from the park warden's office.
This makes Muldoon happy. And also, like he says there, you can actually just fly the helicopter. And if we want, we could just sedate our Edmontosaurus here for no real reason. You can also unlock the ability to just execute your dinosaurs if they're misbehaving.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Something you won't be seeing in Jurassic World Evolution because violence against dinosaurs is bad.
What should we do about this?
Great.
Alright. So, we're gonna just open the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to declare the newest wonder of the modern world, Jurassic Park, now open.
Message from Dr. Grant.
What would you like us to do?
There's also the fossil market where you can straight up just buy some fossils to speed up the year process. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna buy a shit ton of teams. Alright, so that's the maximum number of teams. So now we can really get some fossils flowing. And that'll have to do until we can get more star ratings, which will allow us to open up more dig sites. Can I build a
Urgent
viewing dome
message
yet?
from Dr. Wu.
Oh, gonna need a bathroom too.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Montosaurus genome is now 74%. Super extractor is complete.
Here.
Alright, so let's add a viewing
Great.
dome. I think I have the research rates sped up a little bit too, so there won't be super long waits for getting this stuff out there. Dino ornaments. So you got the little dinosaur signs there.
Good choice.
That is one blurry ass skeleton. Alright. So things are going well for these guys. Let's put down some packies as well.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Though I think the packies might spook the Edmontosaur. Let's build some Myosaurs.
Okay.
They should get along. Comes our first load of visitors.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Not really much to do in this park. This would be pretty disappointing for 500 bucks. I'm wondering how the aviary works, though.
What would you like us to do?
Yes.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, so we're just kind of waiting
Ladies and
for
gentlemen,
more DNA to pop
we are
up.
pleased to announce the arrival of our latest attraction, Edmontosaurus. It is truly a delight to observe the natural grace of these gentle giants.
So yeah, the Myosaur is just a modded Edmontosaur, so you'll usually get the message for whatever dinosaur they were originally when you make them.
Message from Dr. Wu.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Message from Dr. Grant.
So let's make another pen on this side.
Message from Dr. Wu.
I wish there was a way to just like back up when you build that instead of having to destroy it. So I could build like a hatchery all by itself and then move the dinosaurs from there to here. However, that process is super slow because you have to sedate them and then you have to wait for the transport to move them. It's a lot faster to just build a hatchery in every one.
Great to see you again.
Let's see. My soul
Message
remains.
from Dr. Grant.
I was gonna say, I want to wait on until we've got some Pachycephalosaurus remains to make new ones, so that they have some chance of surviving. Let's put down some paleo trees. Let's put down another herbivore feeder.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Down some water.
Message from Dr. Wu.
And let's put down a rock. You know, kind of break up the sight lines. Kind of just looks like a big pile of poop, but that's alright.
What would you like us to do?
Okay, we found some gold, so we'll just sell that.
Okay.
Don't you hate when you're looking for dinosaur bones and you just find gold instead?
Hi there.
Alright, our pachygenome hasn't improved yet. We gotta wait for the extraction.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Welcome.
But if we go to the fossil market here, I can probably just buy some pachy remains,
Good.
and then we can speed up getting these guys out there.
No problem.
That way, they won't die super quick. Well, these guys seem like they're getting along.
Message from John Hammond.
Alright, quarterly report is going good. Basically, right now, we're just waiting until we get half of a star, which will allow us to open up another dig
Message
team.
from Dr. Grant.
What should we do about it?
Okay.
Okay, some more amber. So now it will live for 2 years, so we can start pumping out packies.
Message from Dr. Grant.
I feel like I need something going on this side.
Message
Just
from
something to
Dr.
make it a
Grant.
little less plain. You really don't have a lot of decoration for the actual
That we are now exhibiting
enclosures themselves.
hard-hitting Cretaceous herbivore, Pachycephalosaurus.
Look at that bony boy. He looks so spooked. Oh god, what am I doing here? Like a nervous dog. He'll be fine once another one comes out, though. Also, look at his, like, shovel hands. Fingers are hard this size. He's just wandering, in excellent health.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Oh, the lifespan already went up before he finished being cloned. So he'll probably wander over to make friends or butt heads. Yeah, these two are... They're gonna butt heads over territory. And they have managed to already poop.
What would you like us to do?
Alright, so we got a bunch of fossils. Oop. Just make a save here in case the game crashes. It has been doing that once in a while. Did that actually work? No? It worked, but I can't actually name my save, which sucks. Alright, well, we got a bit of a park going now. I really wish we had more to put in here, now that I think about it.
Grant.
You really can't do much with your enclosures.
What should we do about this?
Also, there's no way to speed up time, so we can't just, like, kinda zip along.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Okay, Myosaur is doing real good. They are up to a lifespan of 21 years, which obviously these guys are not gonna see.
Message from Dr. Grant.
But they seem to really like that water feature.
It's
Okay.
good to see. Okay.
Make a few more packies. I think they like being in a big herd. And let's actually make an attraction here.
Message from Dr. Wu.
What should we do about this?
Great!
Unfortunately, we seem to be getting a lot of the same DNA.
Welcome back.
Okay, that's still going.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Unfortunately, the problem with these viewing vents is if there's nothing directly in front of them, we can't really see much.
Message from
We
the
can go
park administrator.
right in here and see what they can see. And it's like, oh, you can spy dinosaurs off to the sides.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Looking straight at a Ocarina of Time here. Gabriella from South
Message from
Dakota.
Dr. Grant.
These prices are ridiculous. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed about paying $500 to go to this park.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Having to fly to Costa Rica.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Okay, Triceratops is coming along. Someone's not
Message from
enjoying
Dr.
themselves. Big fucking deal. If you don't like the dinosaurs, get the fuck out. We're gonna need a cleaner station as well because you can see there's some dirt building up.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Under environment? I can't remember where.
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
No. I guess it's under paths.
Message from Dr. Grant.
So these cleaners will deal with that.
What would you like us to do?
Good choice.
Triceratops.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Hire a couple extra cleaners.
What should we do here?
Okay. So we're maxed out on Myosaur. And now they want another research project. I'm gonna have to do vaccines at some point because the way illnesses work in this game is kind of silly. Basically, everything on your island will get infected with an illness when it breaks out, even if they're nowhere near each other and they have no way to contract it from other dinosaurs.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yes!
Guess we'll go with the medium security fence. Because we're going to want to build some carnivores soon. Alright, so now we can build a viewing dome, which is way better than the viewing vent. Because you build a little thing like that, and then you can plop down a place where they can actually spy on dinosaurs.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Absolutely.
Alright, well I think we got a decent little park going here. So while we wait, let's see what else I can build. I really want to test out what this aviary is, but I don't know if it actually will do anything. So I could build a bunch of Site B stuff.
Message from Dr. Wood.
What would you recommend in this situation?
So if you already have a maxed out genome, when you get fossils of that species, they'll sell them automatically.
Message from Dr. Wood.
However, obviously that's not the case with various ambers you get, because you don't know what's in them. Let's just put a random busted car in the enclosure.
Message from Dr. Grant. Message from Dr. Grant.
There's those sweet Thorn-built vehicles from Lost World. I guess they weren't built by Thorn in the movie, though. They were built by Eddie.
I thought you might like some input here.
What would
Silver,
you like us to do?
amber, sell the silver.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Uh-huh.
Usually we would have...
Thanks for stopping by.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Oh, there we go. I was going to say, usually by now I would have already had the first star. So now that we've increased half a star, you can actually open up a new dig site, I believe.
Message from...
Though maybe that's not until you... Yeah, you need a full star.
Message from Dr. Grant.
We're going up. Okay, Triceratops remains 40%, so we should be almost ready to make some trikes. But yeah, it's not a very complicated park builder. There's not a lot to it, but, I mean, again, the dinosaurs, I think,
Message from Dr. Grant.
are really the stars here, and they're kind of just general behaviors. I like just watching them do their thing. I mean, not much going on right now since they're
Message from
sleeping.
Dr. Wood.
But I like to follow them around, see what they're up to.
Message from Dr. Grant.
I'm not sure what that radar thing on the top left, though, next to the desire to eat plants. I know the crown there shows that this is the alpha of this group.
What should we do here?
And Fossil Market. Not really much there, since we're already maxed out on most of the species we
Message
have
from
access
Dr.
to.
Grant.
What would you like us to do?
We're just going to keep extracting, though, until we're maxed out on everything.
Things are good.
I'm looking for this. Triceratops, 55%, so we could breed Triceratops. And it looks like that's the only one we haven't
Urgent
maxed out on
message
yet.
from Dr. Wood.
Because I guess that dig site was Pachycephalosaurus, Triceratops, and Edmontosaurus, right?
How should we proceed with this?
Okay, medium security fence.
Message from Dr. Wood.
This game also just lets you build straight up sentry guns to keep your dinosaurs in check.
Great!
Yeah, like what else can I even add right now? I could add a coffee shop. An innovation center, whatever this is. I think this is just a
Message from Dr. Grant.
Samsung Innovation Center. I think this is just a custom rest station. Just ignore the fact that it's kind of clipping through the fence. Whatever. I'll put down some
Message
benches
from
as well.
Dr. Grant.
Do I have benches? I do have benches. Pop some of these down so people can relax. I guess we'll build... I guess... Oh, I can't squeeze it in. We'll build a viewing dome for these guys,
Message from
like
Dr.
right
Grant.
here. They seem like they're pretty happy, even though some of them are going to die pretty quickly. This guy's already almost at his halfway point of his lifespan. But hey, the second generation will be much better off. Alright, we currently have more dinosaurs in the park than we have people. You can see the top right, we have 16 dinosaurs and there are only 11 visitors right now.
Message from Dr. Grant.
So I guess we'll build a medium security fence here. And a slightly bigger enclosure. And let's see. Can't fit a oh, I can fit a coffee shop in there. This is just it counts as a restaurant, but, you know, it's a different one. Some, like, Jurassic Starbucks.
Message from Dr. Grant.
In this enclosure, we'll pop down some more paleo trees, which is really expensive, but Sattler would be proud. And we will put in a hatchery. I guess we'll put it lengthwise like that. It's a little less
Message from
obtrusive.
Dr. Grant.
Again, now that I'm looking at it, my enclosure seems a little small, so maybe let's... Oh, right. It has to be medium, not light. We'll extend this out a little bit more. Where is demolish? Oops, rain coming in.
Great to see you again.
And we're gonna put some trikes in here. Now they're only at 8 months still.
What are your instructions?
Their efforts this quarter are acceptable but not remarkable. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel.
Hey. Yes.
So we'll start off with the trike remains, and hopefully they will give us enough that I can build a decent Triceratops. And then I think maybe we'll call that a wrap for the first episode.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Obviously we didn't do too much here, but things should start to pick up once we start getting more stars, because the more stars we have, the more dinosaurs we have access to, and the faster we can increase our stars to get more.
Message from Dr. Grant.
So this path is not connected, is it?
What should we do about this?
Good choice.
I don't think most of this amber is going to do much good for us.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Not bad, I guess.
Can you look after this while I get a soda?
Also, you can
Message
charge
from
people
Dr.
money to
Wood.
use the bathroom.
I'd like your thoughts on this.
Just imagine some, like, jerk standing in front of the door with his arms crossed, waiting for you to pay money to pee.
How can I help?
We'll switch this to paleo bales, which are, I don't know what this third one is, which are a little more filling,
Message from
a
Dr.
little better for your
Wood.
dinosaurs. Man, these guys really like water. Maybe I should just put more water features in here. Yeah, you see, I can make it bigger, I just can't make it smaller.
I thought you might like some input here.
Okay. Triceratops genome is now big enough that we can
Great to see you again.
build healthy trikes.
No problem.
Yeah, we should be able to speed things along once the next episode starts. As soon as we get that first star, things will really pick up. Since we're kind of just stuck with these 3 species for now. 4 species, rather. I like that the car has lights at night.
Message from Dr. Grant.
And also, apparently, the destroyed one does, too. I can also build another park entrance once we start to spread out more.
Announcement. Our newest 5-star attraction, the heroic herbivore Triceratops, is now on display. This gentle giant will put a smile on the faces of those visitors who long to see a vegetarian fight.
Alright, there's our girl. Look at that eye. Cautiously glaring at the world. She looks like she's already ready to fuck up this vent. Yeah, you want to see me? Here I am.
Hi. Super.
Hopefully next episode we can get some carnivores going.
How are you today?
Yeah, so this works best as a playpen as well. But yeah, that's a nice little cozy start.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Oh, that might be our next star. It is. One of our dig teams has got more Triceratops remains. Okay.
Message from Dr. Grant.
So now we can pick a new dig team. Alright, so I think normally you can only unlock 6 of the 9 sites. However, I have changed it so that you can unlock all 9. Brachiosaurus. I guess we should get a nice carnivore for our next site. I wanted to get Dilophosaur, but I guess we'll have to hold off on the poor guy until we have some other dinos going. Tyrannosaurus, Corythosaurus, Styracosaurus, Ankylosaurus. Yeah, let's go with the Chenini formation. Now we can take pretty much everybody off of this, because all we have left is Triceratops there. The fossil hunt here also won't show us which modded species will show up here, so I'm not actually sure what we'll get out of these from the ones that aren't shown. Alright, so we got
from Dr. Grant.
all of our species out. We got some new species coming in. I think we're about ready to wrap up. So yeah, there should be a couple episodes of this. It's not a full playthrough or anything, obviously. We're just going to be checking it out, but I think for the next couple days until Jurassic World Evolution's release, we will be sticking with this game. And then for that game, we will be doing things kind of from the start. So, there's going to be plenty of dinosaur park building in the near future. So I've been Shadefire, this is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and I hope you'll join me as our park continues to grow. Take care, everyone.